The Mists. A mysterious land created by Balthazar, the god of war that links the threads of time and space, opening channels between universes. Inside, thousands of individuals from each world fight in the eternal battlegrounds for resources, power, and personal glory. The most advantageous capital, Stone Mist Castle, lies in the center of this war-torn land, and is under constant bombardment from warring factions. The Rage Alliance, led by Lord Slaughter and his second-in-command, Kess, have been preparing their assault on Stone Mist Castle for months. Thunder rumbles in the distance as Kess oversees the preparations of their trebuchets. Kess notices Lord Slaughter walking toward her. "Is everything prepared?" he asks. "The last trebuchets will be ready within a few minutes. We will then be able to march on your command," Kess responds. "Good. I will give the order to sound the horn soon." Kess salutes and turns her attention back to the trebuchets while Lord Slaughter takes his place at the front of the camp. The soldiers tie down the last trebuchet's anchor and signal their completion to Kess. Just in time. A horn bellows at the front of the camp. Foot soldiers rush to form their ranks in front, followed by engineers and elementalists, then archers forming at the rear. The sounds of thunder are not so distant now. A heavy rain will soon be upon them, making their march doubly difficult if they don't head out soon. Lord Slaughter, flanked by his elite guard, takes his place at the front and center of the regiment. Kess commands her archers, engineers, and elementalists in the rear. Another bellow of the horn signals the beginning of the march. The weather was no longer the only thundering force in this land. The marching of hundreds of soldiers and squeaking of war machines' wheels reverberated through the air. The storm caught up to them by the time they were within siege range. In front of them loomed Stone Mist Castle. Their enemies' front lines consisted of foot soldiers and necromancers with their undead golems. Lord Slaughter commanded his company to halt. He sized up the enemy's primary defense. Enemy soldiers outnumbered his own 2-1, and the necromancer golems are a force to be reckoned with, able to easily plow through an entire squadron of soldiers and attack the offense at the rear. Lord Slaughter gives the command to ready the ballistae. The command is echoed by each squad leader until it reaches the rear, where the ballistae are immediately wheeled out to the sides, ready to fire. Suddenly, the golems charge forward, gaining ground at a ferocious speed. The ballistas and elementalists rained fire and man-sized arrows upon them. Most were stopped by the initial barrage, but one managed to sprint through, heading directly toward Lord Slaughter. He met the monster's ferocity and charged at it. Holding a shield in front of him, the golem slammed into him, but he did not relent. Reinforced by his magical armor, he used the golem's momentum to throw it over his head and slam down in front of his first line. The soldiers descended upon the monstrosity, finishing it off after multiple hacks and slashes. With that, Lord Slaughter and his army charged forward to assault the castle. Those under Kess's command rained arrows, fire, and bullets upon the castle walls. Catapults hurled massive rocks. The castle was heavily fortified and would need many more direct hits in order to punch a hole. The siege weapons and ranged soldiers kept the defenders on the wall busy while Lord Slaughter and his soldiers escorted a ram to the gate, cutting down any who come near. Arrows bounced off his armor, and he looked up to see an archer knocking another arrow. "Kess!" he shouted. Further behind him, Kess kneels and knocks her own arrow. Her sights line up with the enemy archer. She lets fly. The arrow cuts through wind and rain and lodges in the man's neck. The archer falls backward from the wall and does not return. Kess surveys the area and notices someone on the road. She takes a group of her archers with her to investigate. The ram reaches the gate, but the defenders are ready. Portals above the gate open and burning pitch and oil are dropped onto the ram. Lord Slaughter and his men barely escape in time. Through the same holes came a hail of bullets and arrows, forcing a retreat. Lord Slaughter retreats to the rear of the battle to see Kess and some of her archers on a nearby road, pointing their weapons at someone. "Who are you? What are you doing here?" Kess demands. "Lower your weapons," Lord Slaughter commanded. "Do we attack strangers on the road now?" "No, my lord. I was just trying to find out who she was." "There are better ways to do that. Now lower your weapons." Kess lowers her bow, but does not take her eyes off the stranger. "What is your name, stranger? Why are you here?" Lord Slaughter asks. The stranger pets her yak and answers, "My name is Kit. I travel the lands running trade routes and looking for work." "I see. I've heard rumors of someone with that name. It's said that you can acquire anything. Well, almost anything, Kit corrects. In that case, how about I offer you a trade? You get me additional siege weapons I need to break through these castle walls, and you may have your first pick from its treasury inside. If we do not breach the walls, then I shall pay you for the weaponry and more. You cannot lose. Kit thought for a moment. You have a deal then, Mr. Kit leaned on the word, fishing for his name. Lord Slaughter. Oh, alright then. Kit looked around her, hoping to find a trusty adventurer to help her with this task. Alas, she did not see anyone. Looks like I'll have to do this one alone. Come on, Sprinkle, we have work to do. Adventurers! Kit needs to somehow get siege weaponry to Lord Slaughter's army. 1 to 5 siege blueprints should be enough for Lord Slaughter and his army to finally break through the castle walls.